I haven't made a video on Summer Wells in about 7 or 8 days. I'm not sure what that is in Tennessee time. Jose Roman might say it's 8 weeks. Candus will probably say 3 hours. But anyway, I haven't forgot about summer. I've got a lot of comments from people keeping me updated, asking me am I still following it. Of course I am. I don't need to come on a live stream and get people to update me on the case. I'm obsessed with this stuff. And some of you are worried that I missed it. I haven't missed anything. The truth is, I've been very uncomfortable with some of the content going around the past week, and I don't know what to say about it, and I don't want to add to it. I'm very aware that we, as a community, myself included, have ruined YouTube for these kids, given the content that we've made on their mother, their father, their grandmother, everyone they know, and I'm part of that, but I think we all need to be aware of it. Michael Monkey Vaughan's siblings are having a horrible time in school at the moment. They're basically getting bullied because of some of the content that's on YouTube. Their friends pull her up, start talking about it, start asking questions, making smart comments. Like, you know how it is. Kids can be cruel. They're just so unaware. And Summer siblings, all the brothers, are in for an awful 10-20 years. Imagine that, looking at a child going, you have a tough 20 years ahead of you. But it's true, they do. And we have all made that worse. Anyone basically creating content on the Summer Wells case. The Summer case is unique. I've never seen anything like it. There are lines that we crossed that wouldn't be crossed in other cases. But I also understand why, because it's a shit show. And Summer has captured the hearts and minds of thousands and thousands of people. We're deeply disturbed by what was going on, and we're deeply invested in the case, the outcome of the case. But I think there's still lines that shouldn't be crossed. And a lot of people last week have stepped over that line. I've seen thumbnails with the boys' faces in it, titles with their names in it, live streams and live chats that are blasting details on these poor kids out there. Summer has saved these boys. She has given them a lifeline. If you genuinely care for Summer, you will do what you can to give them all the love and support they can get. And I really hope all the boys can break that cycle. I wasn't surprised to hear one of them is having a tough time at the moment. That's expected, that's normal, I think, given what they went through. And I was absolutely buzzing to hear that one of them is flying it, has a good routine going, is getting on well in school. Like, don't ruin that for them. I have never said any of the lads' names here on this channel. This is the first real video that I kind of talked about them, and I'm not going to go deep. No matter what happened that day, it's not their fault. They are not the responsible adults. They are children in an unsafe environment and a broken home. But their names were said on this channel once, 2 of them. It was recently, during a long live stream. I didn't know it was coming, and I tried to make some sort of noise after it to block it out, but it was too late. The person whose live stream I was watching acted like it was a big mistake on their part and they didn't mean it. But I'm not sure about this, because it was their own voice, it was their own call that they were playing. If they meant it, it's a cowardly way to put information out there. Sneaky. He must have known this was coming, didn't bother to clip it out, didn't bother to skip over it. It's your own call, it's your own recording. Just because you were playing a recording of your own voice doesn't make that any more like, oh, behind the scenes. You knew it was recording, you were the one who recorded it, and then you go and play it back like it's this top secret information. And I'm pretty sure it's still there, it hasn't been edited or anything. When this was said, it sparked some conversation about the boys, and then the same person shows a snippet of items a few days later that were taken from the home. All normal stuff, nothing unusual, but in that little snippet there was clothes from the boys. So then that really sparked the content, and I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about here. And I find it all very, very sad and disturbing that this individual is blasting the boys out there like that for a few views, for some cash apps. The same person had more access than any of us, no matter what we think of them. He must know all the kids better than we do. Even though he never met them, he was in their home, he got a chance to ask stories about them, he got a chance to look at their photographs, their toys, their environment. And imagine the questions you could ask and the information that you could get on all the siblings by talking to the people closest to them. You get a real good chance to get to know them. If you genuinely care about them and are interested, you will ask those questions because you want to get to know them. He said he cared for all the kids, said he cared for Summer, cared for the boys, but then put all this information out there last week in a really sly way. If you cared about Summer, you would do what you can to support all the boys. So I've been very uncomfortable with the content going around on the boys. I worry about them seeing it in the future. I worry about their friends in school seeing this content and showing it to the boys, bullying them. I don't want to play any part of that. They need all the love and support they can get for the sake of summer. And I can't help but feel that all this narrative that's been spun is just narcissistic adults who are getting their kicks from this case, getting the attention they crave so badly. They have and continue to turn this case and the narrative into an absolute mess. The person who put all this information out there despises Ernie Shell, and Ernie Shell hates him. Don't be fooled by either saying that they want to be friends or anything like that. They hate each other. And the thing that looks like it kicked all this stuff off was Candus talking to Ernie. The other person was furious, jealous, seeing their cash cow walk away from them and cozy up with someone they hate. But Ernie is another absolute lunatic. He creeps me out. But that other fella and Ernie aren't as stupid as you might think. Every now and again they come out with a sentence that I find kind of intelligent. They both can be quick-witted and, dare I say, funny. And I think the reason they both probably hate each other is they are so alike, and they can see that in each other. Two narcissistic men who sweet-talk women. Both have played a huge part in all this mess. Ernie is very happy. He's very happy at the moment with all the views that he's getting, with all the people that's in his live stream. I'm sure he's getting plenty of cash apps as well. Lots of attention. He had Candus on a live stream yesterday, and it just looked so creepy. It looked like she was a hostage in a video.
It's your accessories. And you've done this person very, very wrong. It's okay, I promise you. It'll be okay. Now.
What a mess. He's coming out now saying Don knew the other fella before Summer went missing. Acting like the other fella. Acting like he just completely broke open this case. I know it's out there, he solved it. What are you talking about? Absolute nonsense. It's all just noise. All just noise to keep you watching them, to keep you in their live chats. Although, to be fair, it has taken the narrative and stuff away from the boys, which is good. It's given some of the clip channels something else to talk about. But we all know that wasn't the intention. They don't care. And Candus seems to be loving life. Loving the attention. And in her defence, I can see why, because she's never gotten attention like this off men ever before in her life. Don's in jail, she's feeling free, she's feeling happy. But what about Summer, Candus? What about your boys? Does Candus think that these guys, these men, would give her any attention at all if it wasn't for Summer, if it wasn't for the clicks that they get? Not a hope. They wouldn't look twice at her. And I've lost all hope for Candus ever growing up. She's stumped. She's a teenager trapped in a woman's body. She's never getting out of that. She's mentally stumped. And I'm kind of starting to think also, if she had anything on Don that didn't directly implicate herself, she'd tell us. She'd tell us straight away. She's very open to throwing Don under the bus lately. But what if there's nothing to throw him under the bus for? She was, in my opinion, 2 days ago, pretending like she never knew Don had shower with the kids and put on this act on Ernie's live stream. Absolute nonsense. Come on. How could you not know? Everyone seems to think that Candus is going to be the first to break. I'm not so sure anymore. I'm not so sure there's anything to break about. Not sure she has anything to say about Don, and is she going to confess herself? Not a hope. No chance. There's no chance of that happening now. The best chance, I think, is take Don into a room and show him some of these YouTube videos from the past week, 2 weeks, and see what he has to say. If he is holding back something on Candus and he sees this stuff, I'm pretty sure he's going to say it. Unless, of course, like Candus, it directly implicates himself. Don is up in a heap at the moment. He's very worried about this case in Utah, the case involving his stepsister and some other women, and so he should. I think there, guys, with the statute of limitations, that only applies to civil cases. It doesn't apply to criminal cases, from what I'm told. So I think this is all a go. I'm sure we'll have lots more drama this week from Ernie and Candus. I'm not going to be making videos of it, unless it's relevant. I'm more interested in the grand jury. If anyone does know anything about that, could you pop me an email? Don't leave a comment. Pop me an email. I'd love to know more about that, because I think that's the next big thing. Even just getting confirmation that there's something there would be huge. WJHL did put out a piece of content last night that I found a bit interesting. Because we all know ANZ Daniels is deep in this case, but I wonder what the reason behind that was. Just reminding us of the timeline, not the timeline, the family's version of the timeline. Is this more priming going on? Perhaps. I'll link that down below if you haven't seen it. It was uploaded last night. But until we get something solid, I think it's full steam ahead with the shit show. With Candus and Ernie and all that nonsense. Let me know what you think. Good luck. God bless. Have a good day.